What's up? Welcome to Pick Central, October 21st, brought to you by DraftKings. Does your favorite NBA player have what it takes to be crowned king of the court? Find out at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. DraftKings is offering $1 million a day in bonus bets for the first 10 days of the NBA season. That's $10 million in bonus bets. Here's how to shoot your shot. Opt in and get a daily NBA Profit Boost token. Pick a pregame NBA player prop to boost. If that player leads the league that night in points, plus rebounds, plus assists, you win a share of the $1 million in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PickCentral. That's code PickCentral for a share at $1 million in bonus bets. If your player is king of the court, only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. All right.
Wait, we do have to congratulate Hubs for winning the DraftKings end zone crown.
I'm curious to see what his next bet's going to be.
Yeah, I think it's going to come in the next couple of weeks. They're going to set it up. It could be anything he wants.
Oh wow.
It doesn't have to be a touchdown.
It should be that way.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a touchdown.
Right.
I know Big Cat was kidding, but it was such a funny clip when he was like, "Oh, maybe you should give a gentleman will give Mariota." Hubs goes, "I am not a gentleman." Yeah. And I agree. And I know any gambler, anyone else would be like, "Fuck that," because
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And
What were they saying? What was he saying?
Because Jerry
Daniels
picked
got
Daniels
hurt.
and he got hurt, so it was over.
He got hurt in the first quarter.
Big Cat was joking, but he said he was like, if you were a gentleman, you would give him like Mariota if he scores. He didn't score anyway, but like Hubs was like, I'm not a gentleman. No. And let me tell you, what an awkward clip when someone won $50,000. No one
was happy.
No, not
no
at
one
all.
was happy. Jerry's mad. I would be mad too. But that room was silent.
Oh yeah.
Hubs was like, well, this is awkward. But hey, good for Hubs. I mean, that's a tough contest to win. And I said it. Everyone was like mocking me. I said week 6, week 7, this contest will be over. And it was week 7.
Who was mocking you for that? That's
Everyone.
fair.
Everyone was like, oh, it's going to at least 10. Like, there's so many people.
I didn't agree with that.
A lot.
I thought I was one of the only people that said I thought it would go like 9.
Yeah, that's.
I definitely said I thought it would go a little.
Some people said it was going to go like 3 weeks, and I was like,
that's
insane.
Yeah,
80 people doing
it.
it.
A buyback too.
But also, I didn't know that. In theory, if the rules had stayed the same, it would have advanced to next week.
Yes.
That's true.
Because they both hit.
They both hit, so they would go to next
window.
week. They didn't-
So they just went again, like they would have in theory gone on to next week.
Should have gone.
It was also. It was just funny because Hubs picked Kenneth Walker too, and he scored right away.
Yeah.
Obviously, but yeah, Kyron scored. Then that's what sucks about gambling sometimes too. Your guy gets hurt.
Yeah, that's tough.
Also, Jerry won $40,000 yesterday. So
yeah, he made it.
They both won.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like Hubs doesn't have anything in his pocket yet.
No, he still got to win
That's
it.
the thing to keep in mind for him. Like that, you just got like that's half the battle was winning.
Yeah.
Now you got to win that bet.
I'd rather not have the opportunity than have the opportunity and then lose it.
Yeah, me too.
Of course. Yeah, of course. I agree.
No, because some people will be like, I'd rather the opportunity.
No, if it means we're going to lose, then it's not.
You don't know if you're going to lose, but like obviously if it happens, I think I still rather be like, I'm good.
That'd be just so taste
horrible.
Like 50K and just my god.
Speaking of just tasting something,
Well, let's start with
getting so close to something.
All
And
right,
not
well,
getting
let's
there,
start
right?
with somebody won a championship last night. Let's start there. Was the officiating questionable in the Liberty game?
You know what was sad? It was like 6-3 of the game, and Bosco was tweeting about the Liberty. Like he gave up on the team at 6-3.
I did not give up at
6-3.
6-3.
No, you gave me.
Frank was talking about them, and it was working. And it was working.
6-3.
No.
It was working. Frank was talking about the Liberty, and it was working.
Yeah, I almost quote tweeted. I said, he's he's having a tough night already. But 6-3 Liberty tweet was upsetting.
I asked Jack McCarthy where the parade was going to be, or where the after party was going to be. That's like tongue in cheek.
It was funny. It was fun. That's why it wasn't a bad tweet. It was just sad. Your team stuck.
No, the Mets lose.
Your team sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Don't say that.
You be in a shithead. I know that's what you do.
Yeah, I am.
Far from suck.
They don't suck. Like you guys are better than us for sure. No, I'm not. No one's. I'm not.
Yeah, no.
But the Mets still had a really good year, and it's the first time in my maybe my entire life since the '80s at least, we have an owner, a manager, and a GM that I trust. Mets haven't had that in 40 years.
Well, good. Where'd the manager come from?
And a star player.
You guys.
Oh yeah.
And he's someone.
Everyone said hated this
Hated
loser
this guy.
mentality.
I did not want him at all.
Hated
I
him.
did not want
Now they're like, we have a manager.
Oh, he was the Yankees bench coach. What a loser!
Oh, that wasn't. It wasn't because of that.
There was a lot of that. A lot of that.
Well,
Not
you
just-
wanted-
I want a guy with
other
experience.
guy.
I want to count. So I want a guy with experience. But Mendoza's been fantastic. So and Stearns was great this year. The moves he made, and some of the moves he didn't make too. He didn't mortgage the future. And then we have Cohen. I'm really happy with the direction of this franchise. Like, I haven't been able to say that a lot.
It'd be nice to get back to the playoffs for a second year in a row for the first time, or a second time in history of the franchise.
Technically,
Yeah, it all depends.
Not
Obviously,
third. We didn't make
Alright.
we made the wild card game.
Alright.
That didn't. So.
big off season. It's a big off
off-season.
season.
we have a lot to replace too. Like, all kidding
lot.
aside, like Minaya, Severino, Quintana. That's 3/5 of our rotation.
How old's Minaya?
32.
So that's where I do think Minaya. I think Minaya played over his.
Couldn't agree.
means.
Well, he learned how to. He's pitching
I
differently.
know he's
now.
pitching differently, but it's still like 32. Like, he's going to get a good contract.
Yeah.
I don't think the Mets are going to give it to him. I think
he's the one we keep.
really.
Could be wrong. Yeah, Quintana's
still
just
there?
older.
He's old. That's what I'm saying. Like,
He's
you
a free
guys
agent.
Had a lot of guys that I just think that I don't know if you want to lock up for that long.
We're going to be getting obviously Senga back all next year, so that's one of those spots.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything. He was good, but
He's not an ace though.
He
I
got
don't think
hurt.
so.
I don't know, man. He was really good last year.
Yeah.
Like, really good.
I know. It just didn't look. Obviously, he was hurt this
He's
year.
hurt this
so
year,
I'm not
yeah.
going to give him too much flack, but he looked awful.
Oh, he was not ready to pitch. He was just trying to.
Oh, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Again, he looked awful.
But no, I'm very encouraged with the Mets. All in all, it's going to be a big offseason for us. We have Alonso, a lot of moves to make.
You want him back?
Kinda. Yeah, I do actually. Sluggers are hard to
I
find.
think so.
Sluggers are hard to find.
Yeah, it's sad, man. Sad. You guys got.
I know you're not really. Wouldn't you have rather played us? Wouldn't that be more fun?
I was rooting for you.
Yeah, there you go.
I was. I don't hate the Mets as much as Tommy does.
Yeah, Tommy hates.
But it's more. It's just funny. It's kind of funny.
I mean, we did pretty well this year.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Took the best team in baseball to 6 games.
Second best team in baseball.
But we'll see about.
see.
We're going to see about that.
We're gonna see. And let me tell you,
Dodgers are favorite, by the way.
who's really happy? Fox is.
Oh, I said that from months ago. They were going to be cutting their
and I
nuts
want to
off.
say something because a lot of people are like, "Oh, we got Dodgers, Yankees." One, everyone should be happy. Two,
Well,
no, not you guys, but I'm saying fans. Like, what do you want? You want the Diamondbacks, Rangers? You complained about that because the series wasn't that fun. Right?
no,
Not you. This is
Yeah,
fans.
regular.
Dodgers Yankees hasn't happened since 1981. This is a big deal. People should be excited about it.
Yeah, and I think like it depends on because everyone complains about everything. I've realized, and
Yeah,
it's
of
just
course.
more like last year the Rangers Diamondbacks is not. It was a fine.
Hated it. Yeah, no, there's
they hated it.
no-
It wasn't a great series. It was fine, and this year you got the best versus the best. This is the best all year, and it would have been Phillies Dodgers on the left and on the NL. I don't know why I always consider the NL on the left. Do you guys do that?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
do.
Yeah, I don't know why. Always AL right.
Yeah, 100%.
Regardless.
The other way, actually, but okay.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
Rico doesn't even understand what we're
No,
talking about.
I don't. How you write them down?
No, it's like if I'm in front of me,
I do the same thing.
NL's on the left, AL's on the right.
Because I just think about, I almost
I think it's a video game thing. Like I don't know.
like in my head, my team is always on like the right side. Like the Giants, like we're NFC. Like NFC, I consider right,
Yes,
left,
NFC
or like
left.
like the Knicks, like that. See,
Yeah.
the basketball's the only one where it's like
It makes
it's
sense,
actually the
East
shoe
and
fits,
West.
where it's like
Yeah.
East and West,
Coast,
yeah.
right, like left,
But yeah,
West Coast.
NLA like this is a matchup for the ages right now. That the lineups combined are star power, but it's insane. And real quick, we're talking about the series. I want to go back to the Mets because I don't want to wrap that up yet. But to the series real fast. We have better pitching, which is crazy. Starting pitching, which is very crazy. The lineups, I think, are kind of the same.
No, Dodgers have better lines than you do. Like it's not even close.
not even
close is
Yeah,
actually
that's-
so stupid.
That's somebody who just
stupid.
really wants.
See,
the
that's
Yankees
just
to
like
lose.
we're having a conversation.
I'm
It's
not-
not
it's
even
not
close.
even close. He says.
Here's why. You guys obviously Judge, Soto, playoff Mike Stanton, crazy, right? Like
Yeah.
crazy.
Glaber.
Glaber, who I like a lot. And I like Volpe a lot.
He's batting 300.
No, I like Volpe, period. Those are guys all like. I just think you guys have a bottom of the lineup that the Dodgers far exceed. Like, the Dodgers have, like, Muncy batting 7th. Like, you guys don't have that.
Rizzo batting 8th, who's batting also.
Muncy's so much better than Rizzo.
It's still 280s batting around there. Like,
No. Look at their full season. Like, Max Muncy is
So
a
much-
significantly better hitter than
you
Rizzo.
talking. You just said so much better.
Help me out, Meek.
I mean, help you out.
The
back me up
Dodgers
here.
lineup over the 6 games there's nothing you could do about it.
They sat Freddie Freeman.
They sat Freddie Freeman, and it's like they didn't miss him. They
This
scored,
is not
like,
what we're talking about. We're talking.
No, I'm saying, but the
so
bottom of
much
that
better.
Dodgers lineup is so much better than the bottom of your lineup. It just is. Like, I don't know. You guys, I think you guys have better starting pitching than they do. I'm not being unfair here.
No, you are so much better. I'm so much better is insane. You could say they're a better lineup, but like when you can't throw out guys. You can't throw out like Volpe's at the bottom. Volpe's the bottom of our lineup.
I'm going to pull up the Yankees lineup.
Marty, I'm going to say this. The
Vol-
Yankees 9-hitter for most of the playoffs is Alex Verdugo, who's like fine.
Who actually had like a decent
Yeah, he's good.
postseason, not like an
He's-
awful
he's not playing
postseason.
solid.
Regular season was pretty awesome.
The Dodgers put
postseason was decent.
Dodgers put Andy Pages hitting 9th, who has like a 2-home run game. Like,
Yeah, like he.
there's no easy out
But
for
like
the Dodgers.
you guys are because you
Like,
just played them.
he had a good game.
2-home run
He had a good
game.
Like Austin, you guys have Austin Wells. You know, they have Will Smith. Will Smith's significantly better.
Okay, that's one. Okay, what about their 7?
All right, how about
Better hitting catcher.
that's their 8-hitter? Their 9-hitter, like I said, I'd rather have Pages than Verdugo. Okay. Then you have Volpe batting 7th. They have Max Muncy. Max Muncy's a better hitter.
I mean, look at the stats in postseason right now. Who's
Look
better?
at the stats in the regular season.
Muncy got on base.
The stats in the
Actually,
postseason.
look at the postseason.
Muncy's at a
Postseason.
record.
Go for it.
Hey, but it's
Go pull up
really
Muncy's
good,
postseason
though.
stats.
Like you guys are like you're just saying one against one, and it's like
I'm saying the bottom of the Dodgers lineup is significantly better than the bottom of the Yankees lineup, and I just proved it.
No, you didn't. Just said they're better. Just because what Meek said, a guy
went
had a
through each guy.
2-home run game. Good for him.
He also had a better regular season than Verdugo.
We're talking about it's the postseason.
But me brought up a postseason thing with him.
Yes, but you significantly is a stupid word to use.
Marty, let me just say this. I think the Dodgers have a significantly better lineup, but
It's
the Yankees only have to be hotter than them for 4
True.
or 7 games.
That's true.
So it's not.
But it's also our lineup is going to be hitting against shittier pitching.
And
like
that's
you
a good
guys
point.
couldn't hit fucking anybody on. Like Jack Flaherty's not that good of a pitcher.
We're not. We
that's where
we
I'm
agree.
saying our
So like,
lineup
we're not
is-
being biased. We're saying the Yankees have better pitching than the Dodgers.
But significantly is just stupid.
Okay.
I think you could say it's a better lineup. That's fine. But significantly, I think stupid.
I just like to say one thing about the Dodgers. Like we said, like this is how good the Dodgers lineup was in the NLCS. Shohei Ohtani set a franchise record for most times reaching base in a playoff series that was previously set by Max Muncy earlier in the series, and neither one won MVP of the series because
Right.
Tommy Edman hit 500.
Thank you.
And I didn't even get into Mookie Betts, who had 1,000 OPS in the series. I didn't even get into
I'm sorry though, you're playing the Mets.
Like-
it's a different team. Like it's a different animal they're going against.
I didn't.
It's a very big.
That-
You're the one who's bringing up postseason stats.
Marty, that's not me talking about the Yankees. That's me saying the Dodgers lineup is so good in the NLCS.
this is making me so happy.
I don't know if they can be that good again in the World Series.
We're not.
Thinking before because he hasn't said.
I agree with I disagree with the like significantly better. Like the bottom of the lineup is stronger, but I even think
That's a fine word.
But I even think we
It is.
I think we can
Significant is
I think we
insane.
can easily go checker for checker on like the middle, obviously.
Oh, top
When like
four
when
is
like
a
you can
coin
just go
flip.
when you can just counter like Ohtani, Judge, like Betts, Soto,
Sure. I think
Bill Smith, like
Top of the
Stinger,
lineup,
like
sir.
whoever you want to use, like
Will Smith was awful too.
so was Teoscar.
Yeah,
But I think, but they have a guy like Teoscar batting fifth or-
Glaber's been hitting incredibly well. Like
but Judge has been awful too. So there's ways you could.
See, I look at
Judge
I'm always going to go
to
more
come
regular
around,
season
though.
than postseason though too on a lot of those things because like Judge is just awesome.
he also he started to come around the last like few games of the series. Like and obviously he had the big home run, even though he lost the game, but still was a huge spot that he came up big. He had a couple hits too. Like he's been getting there.
Yeah. No, I'm
around.
just saying though he has been awful. Like
Yeah.
guy
I mean,
batting
Royal
one-
Series he was
guy
atrocious.
batting 180 is not good, and I'm
no.
not shitting on him. He's gonna be fine. I think he had a clutch hit. He's gonna have a clutch hit. He's still scared to hit against him. But I'm saying our lineup still is hitting pretty well when our best guy is not doing well.
Yeah, you guys have a good lineup.
I know
for
you
sure.
shit on Rizzo for a second, but like Rizzo did play really well this past series.
Yeah, he's hitting like 450 in the playoffs, wherever it is, but he also has played awful defense at first base, which is another decision Yankees have to make. What do they value?
They're gonna play
I think
him
that's a
first.
fair thing to say. I think you.
No, it is fair. I mean, they're gonna play him at first.
Yeah, no, they will. I could see him sitting out a game or two potentially.
Yeah.
So how
how
far
it
does the
goes.
series go? Do you think? What do you guys? You guys obviously think Yankees in
Six or seven.
Yeah.
So you think it's pretty close?
Yeah, I think it goes.
Who has
6 or
home
7.
field?
This is where I'm not
Dodgers.
trying to shit on the Dodgers. It's just more like you significantly pissed me off because it's not like their bottom owner is better, but significantly is very far. Just because they have what?
I just think it's a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, I think
agree
it's. I
with
think
that
they're
too.
fucking
I
really
think it's a
good.
back and forth war.
Anyone that said the Yankees had a Mickey Mouse, whatever you want to say, sure. This validates everything.
I think it's 2-2 going to Game 5.
I think the Yankees win the series in 5 games.
Really?
I actually
I
was
hope
going to
so.
say
Meek,
five.
your lips
So-
have got
Really, Phil? Why?
The Yankees' biggest flaw as a team, and you guys can back me up on this, they can't hit left-handed pitching. I think that's out there. Matt Boyd shut him out for 5 innings. That's the one game Cleveland won.
No, you keep going. It's true.
The Dodgers only have one healthy, active left-handed pitcher on the roster. His name's Anthony Banda. Dodgers lineup is the Dodgers pitching. I'm gonna be real. Dodgers starting pitching wasn't even that scary to
No.
the Mets. Yamamoto went
No.
4 innings, 2 runs. Walker Buehler, it was 4 scores. The Mets had him on the ropes in the second inning. Like it wasn't. It's not just starting pitching shut him down. And they got to Jack Flaherty. The Mets lineup didn't even do like that bad in the series. If you really want to go game by game, like they had 2 shutouts. Yeah, they left some guys on. They still had 5 runs on the board. The Mets lost the series because their pitching just couldn't compete.
We walked everybody too.
Yeah.
Give the Yankees having a bull. Like you have to win World Series games with a bullpen game, and against us, I don't think it's going to
Their
happen.
bullpen is so good, but at the same point, it's like the more.
They're exhausted too.
That's what I mean. You start burning bullets, and the
That's also
longer
what
you
happened
go
with
into
the
a
Mets
series.
yesterday, by the way. The Mets their pitching was exhausting.
Yes.
Oh, we were tapped.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Maya
can-
was
Yeah, I guess.
exhausted. The guy, who was it?
Even like Reed Garrett
It's just like
earlier.
they were
you're
just
just
done.
yeah.
And I
Stanek. Stanek was
would
exhausted.
have left Diaz in until his arm fell off.
Yeah.
I was surprised they didn't. We everyone in
Yeah.
the cave
Well,
were
it's the
like,
last
he only,
game.
and also you only throwing 23 pitches in 2 innings. Like,
Yeah.
have him throw a third. Why not?
Could have done one more at least.
And I could say had the Mets have like won Game 6 last night, it's like they were so exhausted. I don't know if they would have like.
It would have been
Game 7
Quintana.
would've
It would have
been
been
a blowout.
Quintana,
Game 7,
Severino, like piggyback.
Yeah.
7 though is you somehow get your arm back in games.
Figure it out, I guess. Yeah.
I
Goal
just
has
look-
to be 157, correct?
Yeah.
He would not be 157.
Yeah, no, I was going to say
147 maybe, but even then he's throwing twice on short rests. There's no chance he goes 5-7. No chance.
I could.
It's just not going to happen.
Wait, who were saying Cole?
There's talks
Yeah.
about it.
You're not going to pitch him on 2 days rest. It's just not going to happen. So,
Why?
because that's not how baseball teams operate in 2024.
When it's Game 7, I think they would.
He might come out for an inning in like.
Start, not going to get a 6-inning start.
But he might come out in like in the 8th, kind of like what they did in 2001 with like
That's what I'm
Randy
talking
Johnson.
about. Him playing him
Just pitching an inning.
Yeah, or like 2 or 3.
I don't think so.
It would.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
it all
That's
depends.
just not going to happen.
It would though. I don't know. It's not a crazy thing. It's happened before, and I know things have.
Very rarely.
Game 7 of the World Series.
I don't know. Actually, Marty, I don't know the last time a guy has started Game 5 and Game 7. It's before my time.
Not started pitching in Game 7.
Bumgarner is like the
And Bumgarner
most
did
recent
it.
one.
Did he go 5 and 7 started?
He
No,
came
he
in
didn't
relief.
start. He came in
In
and pitched
relief.
like a few innings.
Yeah,
so
he did.
4
yeah,
innings.
I was going to say.
He's also like a special animal.
I would say that was truly like that was one of the best performances I've ever seen.
Yes.
in a postseason, especially a World Series.
I can't think. Yeah.
That was like that might have been like the peak of one of the peak pitching I've like ever seen.
when I was younger,
Unbelievable.
guys would pitch 1-4 and 7.
I think what Bumgarner did in that series was truly like we might never see something like that again.
No.
That was like special, truly special.
What did he go again?
He came in that 7th inning. I pitched like 3 or 4 innings out off like what 2-3 days rest.
2 days rest.
and like went and still was like gassing them out like insane.
So he went 1-4-7.
No. He went 1-5 and came in 7 relief.
And through like 3 or
1-5-7.
4
When I was a
3 or 4
kid
innings
in
relief,
the,
yeah,
in
it
the
was
80s and
dominant.
90s, guys would go 1-4-7 because guys didn't need as much
Yeah,
rest
they
because they
only
weren't throwing high
used
velocity.
Yeah.
But
Plus it was
nowadays,
less-
you're not going to see that.
It was shorter rotations.
It
back
would
then.
though. I think.
You had 5 rotations, but like guys could shorten
I
out.
can guarantee if Cole pitches 1-4 and we need Game 7 star, he will be the starter.
I think, well, I was gonna.
He
It's
won't go 1-4. He'll go
It's
1-5.
just very dependent of like how he.
It's just how things operate now. Like I'm not saying I agree with it.
I know what you're saying, but I just telling you, Garrett Cole will pitch in Game 7 no matter what. I can guarantee that.
Just like another
At
note,
one point.
the Yankees have made it to
I don't think that's wrong.
the Yankees have made it to the World Series, and Garrett Cole hasn't been good in either one of his starts. I think that's fair to say.
He's been he was fine.
I don't think he's
He
fine.
had one good. He had one really good start.
Yeah, and the
second
Royals he
one.
was good.
His second start was like very good.
Okay, my bad. I missed the game 4 start. I was like out of my head.
Yeah, second
He
start.
pitched shutout baseball.
I was gonna
really
say
good.
it's like
They pitched
and
once against the
Rodon
Guardians.
had one good start with 2 clunkers. Like,
No.
yeah,
No, we won. Didn't we win?
you won
game
the
one
game,
against
but
the
it wasn't to
Guardians?
him.
His third one wasn't like a clunker.
The third one was his best start.
His second one was good.
Maybe clunker's the wrong
First one was
word.
bad. Second one good. Third one was like decent for what I remember.
Clunker's the wrong word, I guess, but
First
it's not
outing
what you
was
paid a
horrible.
guy for.
First one he just got smoked in that 4th inning.
He's been fine, but I get what you mean, Phil. I get we haven't pitched like
You haven't pitched to your best, is what I'm saying.
we haven't also played our best. We've been base running that bad. What do you guys think? What's your prediction?
So I have something about the Yankees. I'm a little confused because you guys honestly, and Marty, you were exactly right. You said, "Hey, I'm not worried at all about these series," and you guys went out and won 7 games to 2. So you're right. You had no reason to be concerned. Well, now you do. Now you're facing a real team. So are the Yankees as good as we've seen because they're playing weaker competition, or are the Yankees as good as we've seen because they're that good? And I don't really know yet.
I have a counterpoint to that because I think yes, we did play the Royals and Guardians. I mean, the Guardians were the 2 seed. Like people are forgetting that, but I'm gonna say they weren't that good. There are some holes in that lineup a lot of holes in that lineup where you're like, ugh. But the Yankees at least played in tough games during it when it was like the Soto home run. Just like they got tested at least. I was nervous we weren't gonna get tested at all, and then we got tested everything. They at least had some big moments where it's like we have the momentum now. We have the Soto home run cured everything for me. Like I think like that just showed he's so big for the moment. I don't know. I think that also we're obviously going to get tested. It's a World Series, But like the Dodgers, like the Mets are an easy matchup. Technically, if you're talking about the same thing with the Guardians,
The Dodgers were tested versus the Padres. They were down 2-1 and needed a
but if you're
bullpen
talking
game.
about like the way it is, the Dodgers and Mets are like very close to the Yankees and Guardians.
I disagree with that entirely. You're saying that like the Mets are the Guardians to the Dodgers, like.
A little bit. I mean,
Oh yeah.
No, I think the Mets are a significantly better
the
team.
Mets
than
are close to the Guardians than they are to the Yankees.
Yes.
In that regard, I would say.
I guess I disagree.
I mean, I'll just say the Dodgers were a much better team. Like I don't.
Oh
think
yeah, the
Guardians
Dodgers are much better
Dodgers
team.
are much
The Dodgers were a much better team.
Guardians they're pretty close to the Mets as a team.
I just disagree with that. But
They have the star in Ramirez. You have Lindor.
we have Alonso. Who's there, Alonso?
J. Ram, who did nothing in the playoffs.
He already said Ramirez.
I mean, it's just like Alonso was fine.
Naylor. I mean, Alonso
Naylor.
played better, but he played better in the
Both guys in the free agent market. Who gets more money?
Who's your Quan then?
I mean, you talk about regular seasons. They had pretty similar regular
yeah,
seasons.
same regular
He
season.
had 30 home runs,
And
100
who's the
RBIs.
Mets
I mean,
Quan?
batted like 280.
Like
or
they're
something
very,
like
they're very.
we have
the same.
Nimmo. I mean, I don't know.
They had more. They were a 2 seed in the AL.
I mean, the Mets had. just look at the
The
regular.
Mets are a little better. I'll
I
give
mean,
you that.
that's
The Mets
not-
are a little bit better, but like I said, I think they're
Close.
closer to the Guardians than they are
And the Guardians have.
like the Dodgers or the Yankees.
That is something. So the first 2 rounds for the Yankees, the Royals and the Guardians don't have a single hitter where you guys are like, oh fuck, it's this guy coming up again. We can't
like,
get him out.
But
they do.
the Royals, you could easily say that about Bobby Witt and Salvador Perez. Like Bobby Witt had a bad playoffs.
No, people like to just.
But you can't just like
They don't
like Bobby
compare-
Witt was an incredible hitter. Salvador Perez is definitely like he's been there, done that in the playoffs too.
Quan batted 400 in the playoffs.
Yes, but like, okay, these also aren't guys where it's like, oh, if Steven Kwan's like, oh fuck, it's this guy, you know he's just gonna get a single. Otani's gonna take you out the park. Mookie's gonna take you out the park. Like
Sure.
the Yankees haven't faced like an actual like real power threat, is what I'm saying.
So neither like the Padres aren't that good either. Like you're saying,
Padres are really good.
yeah, but they're not that like without Musgrove as well. They got out there, and they're not like you're talking about how the Yankees haven't played like. They played who they played, and we're still going to be completely fine.
Yeah,
Celtics had an easy road when they won.
No, listen,
So it still counts.
Dodgers.
The Yankees have
I'm saying the Mavs were not. They didn't even have to play a hard team in the championship.
Well, that's not what you said when before it happened.
There is more. There's
bet on
definitely.
them.
Listen, the Dodgers have definitely faced more power threats in the lineups than the Yankees have. That's
Yes.
fair.
Yeah,
I would concede
yeah.
that 100%. I mean, having like Tatis, Machado, Merrill, some of these guys, and then Yeah, I mean, even you guys like Lindor, Alonso.
Vientos had the best
Vientos
season.
had
Vientos.
full season.
Royals have better.
Like you said, I said like Witten's, Perez, but I mean after it's
the
not
Royals have
great.
better starting pitching
And then you
than the Dodgers.
Ramirez, Naylor.
I agree with that.
Not really.
That's what I'm. But that's what also
I agree with
another thing
that.
where people don't say just because you don't know the guy's name, when most people's fan like Cole Reagans.
Reagan's, yeah.
What's his first name?
Cole.
Oh, okay. I don't know why that fucked me up. Reagan's is one of the best pitchers this
The American League. Absolutely.
and they have better pitching than like Jack Flaherty is the Dodgers' #1.
Yes.
Correct?
Royals definitely-
Yamamoto.
The Royals definitely have better starting pitching.
I think Flaherty, I guess they could probably consider
I'm gonna
Flaherty.
start him 1.
Yamamoto's going to be game 1 star if I have to bet.
But I think it's also because he only pitched one the last series where Flaherty went twice. Whatever, it's 6-1 half doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Yamamoto coming off his I think the Yankees are gonna smoke him.
I think it's going to be just kind of like we're
I
going to
think
see
Flaherty we're
shootouts.
gonna have a little more trouble with than Yamamoto.
I say Dodgers in 6. I think it's going to be a close series, though. And if
I just think we're just going to see sparks are going to fly. We're going to see some.
I
like,
do think Ev's thing. I think it's gonna be a
8-7,
back
like-
and forth type thing.
I can see
it
that.
going
And I think
6 or
I think it's
7.
2-2 going to 5. We're going to see some like 7-6.
I think so, too.
9-7 kind
Dodgers
of
in
games.
7.
I'll
Like
be taking some overs.
8-6. You know, the kind of games. I think it's going to be a lot of runs.
This is a good debate. Do you want to have home field advantage in a best of 7, or are you like comfortable having like games 3, 4, and 5 at home? Like,
I gotta
what would
be
you rather
honest.
have?
I hate the fact that they do that format like that.
Yankees-
I really do.
We're better away, unfortunately.
This
we
season
are.
we were 100. That's just
And
fact.
but in a 7-game series, I love 3, 4, 5 at home.
Do you?
I think 3 and 5 are a
Big swing games.
big swing game. Obviously, you want 6 and 7, but like 1 or 2 doesn't matter. If you get 1 or 2, you go home at 1-1 is a huge advantage.
Then it
For the
becomes
next
a 5
3 games.
becomes a 5-game series, and you have home field advantage.
If you win 2 games at home, you're looking pretty good. Going, that's all you have to do. Win 2 games at home. If you don't, I don't know. We just were home the past 2 games. I didn't love going away when we were up 2-0 both times. No, 1-1 then 2-0.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know. I think 3 and 5 are such big swing games. I like being away.
I don't mind.
Also,
with this
LA
team, I don't
is
mind
not
being
like.
away.
Let me tell you something. No one's scared to play in LA. I'm not scared to play there. Like it's not an environment where it's like, whoa, you know. You think so?
No, the fans are very intense there.
Yeah, they had no idea they had a team until the World Series.
The Dodgers?
Yeah.
About
They're
that.
also, it's a like 45-minute drive for them. It's so
A
far.
lot of traffic, right?
Lots of traffic.
Lot of traffic.
None in New York.
I don't know. You got Tom
take the
Hanks in the
fucking
crowd
train.
making goofy faces.
Tom Hanks seemed surprised the baseball game was going on.
Chet
It's
Hanks.
weird.
Yeah, and Chet didn't even
Shout
get
out
a
Chet.
Chet didn't even get a nameplate.
I know it's tough. The White Boy Summer. Ever heard of it?
Yeah. Meek, how you doing?
We've been talking for like 30 minutes. Like, I'm doing fine.
And no one asked how you were doing.
That
Yeah.
means bad.
Yeah, I mean it's horrible.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
definitely
yeah, it's.
he's struggling.
I'm taking this loss better than I did in 22 and 15. Like I said, like last night, there's no heartbreaking moment from the Mets NLCS. I'm gonna look back and remember, and be like, "Ah, damn, we were right there." It's like the Dodgers just they 4 games versus us. They scored early and they kept scoring. There's nothing we could do about it. Like they were just a better team. And the Mets pushing them to 6. Like they gave it their all. I can't sit here and say like,
Right.
"Oh, we left more on the table."
It's
Like,
actually a miracle we made it to 6.
I have
That
no.
fucking team was.
Yeah, I'm with Meek. Like, I'm not mad at all at the Mets. Like, they
Like-
did everything. They got squeezed every ounce of juice you could have in that orange.
Like 2015, I look back, it's like, oh, the game 4 error, the game 1,
Yep.
game 5. It's like, there's no part of the series where I'm like, oh, how did we lose that
Right.
game? It's like, oh, wow, we just lost to a
You
better
left
team.
a lot of guys on base, but I do get what you mean.
It's, yeah, we
But
left
we had to
guys.
scrap
Walk the
that.
world. What do you think was
walked like
worse, Phil?
45
Leaving
people.
leaving
Isn't it like
6
40s?
What? Yeah. Leaving that
walking
many
with
people on
40s?
base or the walks? Which one
Oh,
is more
no, the
painful?
walks, because you
How many
couldn't.
walks did you have this series?
Oh.
40.
Literally
Every-
40.
We had one game we had 9.
Because every
insane.
time
One
we,
game we had 9.
Yeah.
every time we scored runs, we'd give at least 1 right back. There was no shutdown inning. That's what I mean. It's like we scored.
That's what I mean. The Dodgers
Yeah,
lineup.
I
You-
think
you guys are gonna see.
The
They're
walks were
relentless.
tough, but I think leaving the guys on
but
base
again,
was more
One
painful.
after
Like, let's-
another after
They're
another.
relentless too. Edmund, good for him. Let him bat fourth.
Like Rico, let's
We'll be
say
fine with him.
Jesse Winker in last night when it was 6-3 when it was baseball. Let's say Jesse Winker hits a grand slam. I don't know if we're gonna get the outs to hold that lead.
I know.
The
Yeah, I
Dodgers
agree.
probably still end up winning 10-7 or 10-8. Like I can't sit here and be like,
Yeah, it'd be nice to cash
Oh, we're
those
right
guys
there.
in though. Maybe it's because you're you're more offensive minded. You want guys to score, but I think the runners left on base was more frustrating than the walks.
What did the Guardians have going into the Guardians series? What was their best asset?
bullpen.
Bullpen
What did we do?
beat up Classic.
Hey,
And Gavin, what's his name?
Gaddis.
Gaddis, yeah.
And him. We've didn't beat them up. We smoked their best bullpen in the AL completely.
I also think their bullpen was just worn down by the point they played you. And the Dodgers are the same thing. By the time they play you, they're worn down. That's not
why
just to the Yankees.
Guardians worn down though.
Yeah, well, they have been used because they in the
67.
playoffs they hadn't been like starters are going like 2 innings.
Yeah, 67% of their playoff
Like that
innings were by
Tiger series, they had
relievers.
been worn down.
Yeah, I mean, and also I guess the Dodgers have what they started 3 games bullpen.
Yeah, like this isn't
3
a
in
diss
the playoffs, yeah.
A lot of innings for them.
A lot of innings for
The
them.
Yankees also have used their bullpen a lot too. That's just what baseball at the World Series.
Everyone is getting. You got to figure what like 4 days off, 3 days off. So
The Yankees are going to have 5 days off
bullpen should be pretty well rested.
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah, more. It's not.
I
Just
think
the
it's
Yankees,
actually
I say that.
crazy. The Yankees we're not playing until Friday. I think
know.
it should start at least.
Well, they almost if the Mets
Thursday.
series hadn't gotten 6, then it would have.
But I think at least Thursday. Like give them Monday, Tuesday. Give them
They don't want to
3
compete
days
with
off.
football. They're trying to.
Yeah, but they are competing with them now. Where it's like our game 7.
Friday,
Friday,
it's
Saturday.
Friday, Saturday. You don't
Off
play
Sunday.
Sunday. I serious, Marty. It's all to done.
No, I know it is, but they shouldn't. They should start it like our game 7 being on Saturday night instead. I'd rather it's Sunday night than Saturday night.
But they're not going to compete with the NFL. I've
trying
told
not
this
to.
story back in
Game
the day.
7 Sunday night football next
matter.
week. Who's I know I get what you mean. I get what you guys are saying, but I do think that it would compete.
That Sunday night football game may get more viewers than
It will.
baseball.
I guarantee it will. Even
Oh
Yankees.
God, yeah, Cowboys 49ers would do
Yeah,
pretty
that-
Yeah, destroys it.
that's-
Destroys it. Viewership.
You got to run away from that if you're baseball.
No, yeah, I get it.
All right, speaking of the NFL, let's do winners and losers. Clemmer, who was a winner yesterday?
Oh
for
wait,
you?
hold up! I have some breaking news.
Sure.
Trey Murphy signed a 4-year, $113 million contract extension with the New Orleans Pelicans. Good for Trey Murphy for getting a
Hey.
9-figure deal.
I was just good for him.
Go on, Clemmer.
All right.
Winner, Clemmer.
I don't know. Not me. I don't know. I'm really upset about football.
Well, let's just talk about instead of doing like little
Jets are dead.
let's talk about that.
I'm upset about
Jets
that.
are, I think, the biggest loser of the week.
Who else is who's next? I saw Vinny say it. Wes Welker, is he going to come back? Does Rodgers need him too?
I don't know
Like
if
that's
soccer's gonna help. But.
where it's embarrassing for them. And I'm not trying to shit on you while you're down again because you had a tough day yesterday. But he's doing the shit where it's like, okay, you got your best friend. Your best friend's living with you now. You lose. Not even close yesterday. You were also wrong too.
I'm not conceding that after one game.
You said
No chance.
Your tweet was they're going to regret.
I was wrong about the game. I was
Yeah.
wrong that the Jets would win. They lost, obviously.
What was your tweet?
No, I just, well, but it's more that they shouldn't. I stand by that. They'll be better with Fields long term. I'm not giving that up after one game. Where they also got. I mean he played well. The bounces they got were insane.
Yeah, but
I mean, they get a pick. I mean, they get a ball bouncing off,
Yep.
hit off Garrett Wilson's face that turns into an interception to the one.
yeah, but Russell Wilson played good.
He played. I also it was some of the catches that he had one bounced off Ashton Davis's helmet and ended up in George Pickens' hands. Like it just they had a good game. They had a good night like that.
Let me tell you something. If you could combine Justin Fields and Russell Wilson into one person, unbelievable quarterback.
Fantastic.
Because Russell Wilson's a better passer than Justin Fields.
He also
Yeah.
had a
That's
little
just a
bit.
fact.
He had a little bit more of that like fucking Pickens is down there somewhere.
But that's
Get him just,
where
just throw it up.
kind of is. That's where a veteran quarterback is like, I know I can. I'd rather give this to my guy. That's George Pickens has been a 0 this entire
Hasn't
year.
done much.
And then yesterday, he could throw it down. Russell Wilson could throw the ball downfield pretty well.
No, that's the one part of his game he still has. Like he still can throw the deep ball. They played good. Steelers are a good team. They're a very good team.
Would you again, fellas, say they're a Super Bowl contender?
I think the defense, I wrote this down, I think their defense can make a run to an AFC championship game. I think that's
they're
their
a Super Bowl
ceiling.
I need to know what you mean by the word contender. Like what? Like
I think they can win a Super Bowl.
yeah, I wouldn't rule them out of it. I just think the Chiefs are so like,
Defense is so
scares
good.
me.
Steelers
But yeah, but like I
so
put the
good.
Steelers in the mix, right? Is that fair?
Would you be surprised if they won a Super Bowl? That's kind of what I'm at.
A little bit, just because the Chiefs are so good.
No, not a contender to you, which is fine.
But they're right. But they're in that next tier right below. That makes any sense. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, oh my
I'm
god.
not saying I think they're going.
I think they're a very pesky playoff team. I would not want to see
I
them.
would not want to play them in playoffs.
Cold weather, defense travels.
especially they're 5-2 now. They can get they'll get a home playoff game until
Unless the Chiefs are going to play a low scoring. Let's say they get the Chiefs in the divisional round. Like It's going to be low scoring. The Chiefs' offense isn't as explosive as it wants. The Chiefs' defense wants to shorten that game.
Steelers have some offensive weapons.
Fucking around in that game.
Yeah, no.
Higgins and Harris, like
Chiefs would annihilate them.
They wouldn't like.
They would. No, you're right.
It wouldn't shock me if the Steelers made a deep run, but also this is not even to like kick it down. The Jets are also just awful.
Horrible.
Really bad.
Like they literally,
bad.
I've said it. I keep saying it week after week. Their 2 wins are against the 2 worst teams in the NFL.
Aaron Rodgers is
Like they have not competed with like a good
looks-
team.
And now you've invested in
One
a
pick
guy
wasn't
like
his fault,
who's 40
obviously.
years old. That's another part of this whole
Well,
thing.
no, they went. It would frustrate me more as a Jets fan, where like they're making moves that they should have made the moves that they did, but like going all in and then being 2-5 is like,
Yes.
and you're starting over so much now.
Oh no! If this season keeps going like this, they're clearing house. The Jets are clearing house.
They have to.
Friend of the program, Joe Douglas is gone. Sal is obviously already gone.
Yeah.
I think they're looking at quarterbacks like
That would be the 4th or 5th time we've seen the Jets completely reset.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do?
I know. I'm just saying how bad it is for a fan base like that. They just keep resetting and resetting. Like it was
gotta reset.
It was Sanchez, and then it
That's
was
where I
fucking.
don't
I don't
think-
even know who it was after
I don't know if
Sanchez.
you
Then it was
fault-
Wilson, and it was Darnold, and it was.
Fault Joe Douglas and them like if you got.
No, I don't fault
Let me tell you
him, but
something.
that's just the way. That's,
Let me tell you
that's the
something. You
name
have
of the game.
yesterday you go into that game, and I know it's one game, but Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson as your 1 and 2 wide receivers is pretty. And Breece Hall, who was unbelievable last night,
played great.
last night. The defense is horrible.
D line is really bad.
I'm.
Their D line is awful.
Remember how I said earlier how I'm really like the Mets? Like I feel like really like positive and optimistic for the future because I feel like we have good stewardship. I could not feel more opposite about the Jets. Like this is a disaster. This is a dumpster fire. This is a complete train wreck. And it's funny, like for so long the Jets lose because we just have bad quarterback play. Like it's like Bryce Petty or like Tim Boyle or some other fucking clown. Now, like in theory, we have this quarterback who's underachieving horribly. But on top of it, now the defense, like it's just one thing after another. It's just a mess. People want to make fun of the Jets. Go for it. We deserve it. We suck. We're an embarrassment. We stink. It's awful. It's the second year in a row I had actual expectations for this team. They let me down. Haven't seen the playoffs in 13 years. I'm exasperated, and I kind of don't care anymore. Like I care, but like I care less than I did. Like they're so bad, they're making me like football less.
Apathetic.
They've broken you this season.
They have
broken you for this season.
They have. I'm broken now.
What is worse is that the Mets are out now, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, if the Jets were 5-2, easy transition.
Right.
Yes.
The Yankees, if we win the World Series, you cannot hurt my heart to say anything bad about the Giants because I won't give a fuck. Because I got one.
I understand
And
that.
You know what I mean? Like, but like the Jets are, or not even 5-2, 3-4.
We win that game, then we get the Patriots next week. So it's like, all right, 4-4, we're back in business.
3-4 is of like you're not dead.
With the Patriots coming up next, you're not dead at all.
Yeah.
And then now
You're
like
behind you're behind the Dolphins right now in the wild card race, right?
Dude, we're behind everyone right now.
No,
Fucking 2-5.
Put that in.
Jets are, like,
I'm
it's-
trying to just put that in perspective. You're
2-5.
behind the
It's not
Dolphins.
even- I don't even think we're talking playoff rate. Just like the Jets are. Like,
We suck.
This team isn't making the playoffs.
not good.
Like,
Make
no.
the playoffs.
I'm just putting it into perspective of how
Playoffs?
bad it is.
we know it's bad.
It's bad.
Call that.
It's just fucking shit.
Going to Moisey Turtle, he told Clemmer to take the Jets and sell out of his Bengals pick. So I was
Yep.
curious, and I looked it up. Bengals are -110 now to make the playoffs.
tell you what.
Never sold
Jets
my
moved to
Bengals stock.
consider
A lot
them
of
out
people
to
were.
plus
This guy
210.
never
Bengals
did.
have a tough schedule.
No, but
Stop it,
the
guys.
point was the Jets are +210 now.
Maybe Moisty should owes me a little apology.
Bengals
I
fine.
think.
I'm
yelling at me that time.
The bet's fine. That team is not good.
The Bengals?
They're gonna make the playoffs.
they are making the playoffs.
They're not good.
But that's not.
might sneak
It's
in.
fine. No,
Oh, yeah,
I
they
said the
made the
bet
playoffs.
is fine. The Browns are fucking awful. They are one of the worst teams, and I have to stop. If I ever put the Browns on my card, smack me. Everyone has permission.
They low key. They should have covered too.
I know I watched.
It wasn't
fucking
about like
awful.
the back door at the end. They had so many chances. that
TR
they
is
just-
fucking. They actually might be better with Jameis if he plays.
Oh, without
TR is horrible.
a doubt.
If they start DTR,
I really believe without a doubt they're better with Jameis.
Yeah, I think so too. I almost think Jameis has found himself in this weird spot where he's not like, I don't think blackballed is the right word, but it's almost like he's almost like too good where like you don't want to like threaten like the starter.
Right.
But he's like he's not like your long-term answer. Like he's not at this point in his career, he's just not that. Like even to him being the emergency quarterback today, like that was almost like
why was
that was
he
almost a
hurt?
move for me where he was starting where like Watson got so much money and so much guaranteed money. His spot was so solidified and safe. Like clearly Stefanski would have moved on from him already if he was even allowed to. And I think it literally got to the point where the Browns fans are begging for Jameis Winston. Like make him the emergency so it's almost like less pressure on Watson. And then they just get in a spot where he literally had to play because they both get hurt.
Watson's his leg was disgusting.
Did anyone
They literally
cheer?
the actual pop.
Did any of you guys cheer like when he actually like his Achilles popped?
No.
No.
I'm not an insane
I
person.
did.
I didn't cheer, but I had a moment.
Insane.
I had a moment where I was like sucks to suck.
Like, listen, I'm not-
That's how I felt. I'm like,
not
ah,
I wasn't like cheering, but I was like, you know what? I was
think-
like,
I'll tell you this.
He's a scumbag, and he got
Yeah.
a disgusting amount.
yeah, like
wanna talk
couldn't have
about-
a better guy.
I feel far less bad for him than I would like anyone else.
Yes, I want to talk about that real fast. One, I think you're a scumbag if you're cheering your head off at the stadium, but I also, on the other side, it's not like he's a great guy. So I get what you're doing, but cheering when a guy's literally getting carted off is not. Like, I don't feel bad for him. I want that on the record. Don't feel bad for him at all.
But also, I feel bad for Browns fans genuinely.
Me too.
Because
also, a lot of
they were at the precipice of, for the first time in someone like 30 years old, their lives having like real relevancy. They were a quarterback away, and they went all in on like maybe the worst decision like the history of a franchise.
Yeah.
They literally
back.
were. They were right there. They were right there. Made this move where they're a quarterback away, and now they're literally like they have to start over.
Trade away their number one receiver.
They have to start over. They literally have to start
It's
over.
all over.
Say 30 years. You have to go back even further than that. Even when I was a little kid, they weren't relevant since I was a little
Maybe
boy.
they had like some good years in the
Talking
90s,
like 40
they
plus
had some good
years.
years in the 90s, like playoffs and stuff.
80s. You have to go
80s, I
back.
guess,
Really,
like
it's like
80s,
it's
80s.
really far back.
What was the cardiac whatever kids like? What years was that? Like late
It was
80s?
80 with Kosar, right? Wasn't that 80s?
That whatever.
Had to be
Regardless,
the
a
80s.
long time. Correct, long time. I just feel bad for these fans. Like, and I understand.
It's
where,
awful, yeah.
I understand where they see this guy who's been so bad, who clearly the Stefanski doesn't even have the option to pull him, and finally he's also like a piece of shit human.
Yeah.
He gets hurt. They're like fuck this guy.
But the thing is, like,
89 was the last year
Jameis
they made the
went-
conference finals. That's a long time ago, right?
Crazy long. Crazy long.
his guys had his back, I will say.
Jameis didn't like. Listen, Jameis is the best Hall of Fame teammate. I get what Jameis was saying. Jameis was almost like emotional talking about it, and I respect him
Because it's still.
because
fucked up.
you're with the guy. You're with the guy day to day. You
But
develop
yeah.
some sort of like. Listen, it's you don't want to get. He wasn't in the room with these women, so I understand. I'm saying Jameis wasn't. So I'm saying for real, I understand like where he's. I like think he's such a good human being. He is. It's so funny that now it's become like this joke of like choose love. Jameis Winston like truly embodies like the choose
Yes.
love thing, and I think that's just who he is. So listen, he's there for his guy. I get it. But obviously, I think there are many counters to some of the things he said. Like I put my
but he said
body
that,
and
though.
life on the line for the city. I'm like, well, he got paid a lot of money. He didn't just. He's not out there just like a volunteer putting his life on the line. Like,
that's accurate.
I love Jameis Winston, but there's a few things he said you can respectfully like counter.
Not
And
really.
I don't even think he would like totally.
You guys know how that is in a weird way, though. Where
I
it's
respect Jameis saying it.
when
That's like
you're
your
a
guy
football
day to day,
player,
I get it.
It's everyone in the room and the outside room. It's like here too. The commenters hate us, but sometimes as long as we're on the same page, we know how we are as people. We don't care what they say. It's kind of the same thing as the media, where it's like their body on the line's crazy. I get what's
His body and life was the
Life.
words he used.
And you
And
get
I
paid.
was like,
And
all right, Jameis, I was with you.
That's the thing.
Now,
No one's ever gonna feel-
I'm still with you, but like, let's.
No one's gonna feel bad for you when you make $200 million and
250.
also are a really, really bad guy. You know,
Right.
bad
that's
a quarterback
the thing.
and a bad guy.
If this was Jameis, who is $200 million contract and sucked, and then got hurt, but he was still a good guy, you feel a little.
he would have got a standing ovation of like support if that happened
Yeah.
to him.
You feel horrible. We don't want to see anyone get hurt.
Yeah, like
No.
people would have been like,
Is he
we love
doing
you,
their
Jameis.
job?
Yeah.
So I have a list of players here, and you're gonna have to tell me what they all have in common. It's a fun little exercise. Mac Jones, Marcus Mariota, Trevor Siemian, Tim Boyle, Bo Nix, Desmond Ritter. What do all these guys have in common?
Probably a higher QBR or some type of stat than Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
They've all thrown a touchdown pass at MetLife Stadium since the start of last
Oh,
season.
you scumbag.
Daniel Jones has not done that.
So, Phil.
Well, we can get into that quick.
He was bad. He was bad. He got sacked 9 times. He did throw a touchdown and got called back. But regardless, he was awful.
I think
awful.
I think any Giants fan, a rational Giant, you know where we're at. Like it just
Saying,
need a quarterback.
Rational,
Move
not
on.
even rational.
Move on.
What?
Also, the
I think
thing
every
too, I will
Giant
say,
fan, it's bad.
the thing I'll too, it is crazy. You see how good Andrew Thomas is the second he's not there.
Oh,
You
I
give
agree.
a little slack, 9 sacks.
The second Andrew Thomas is not in this lineup, they literally the whole
Offensive line was a disaster.
9
Because I remember they showed it last year when he was in the starting lineup last year. The offense averaged I think it was 6 more points, literally worth a full touchdown as a tackle.
I don't think
And then you
any
see this game,
quarterback-
they literally can't even move the ball when he's not there.
He's bad. He was bad. I'm not going into this whole thing with Daniel Jones, but I don't think any quarterback can win when he gets sacked 9 times.
No.
I think they
No,
play
Joe
a lot
Burrow
better,
can.
but they play a lot
Burrow
better.
literally cannot.
He won up some playoff games, being
He did,
sacked
that's
9
true.
times.
Oh my god.
He literally did then.
No, he's not. No, Phil's not wrong.
yes, he is wrong.
When Phil's right, I will say Phil's right.
He's not.
Phil's
I
right.
could literally counterpoint that.
They won the Titans playoff game on
There's
that
a
Super
lot
Bowl run when he got sacked 9 times and they won the game.
one game where that's one game where
I'm
he's
saying-
getting.
saying,
That's what he said, but he said the opposite.
But I'm saying, no, but I'm
Was the
saying
Bengals the same team as the Giants?
they had an atrocious
Fucking
offense. They
morons.
had an atrocious offensive
I can't
line.
take this shit.
You said no one can win with the 9 sacks.
Yeah,
Phil brought up someone who did. That's what
on
you
the
said.
Giants. On the Giants.
say Giants.
I'm saying that now, you fuckhead.
Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. You said
I
it.
meant to say this
All right, there
Giants
you go.
team, but any quarterback on that Giants team, they couldn't do it.
That's different than what you
Not what
said.
I'm talking
I think
about.
That's
you put-
different
I
than what
think
you said.
I think you put a lot of quarterbacks and they do a lot better. I'll say that.
That's not.
Maybe
what
they
I-
don't win.
that's-
They do a lot
that's
better.
different
I'll also
conversation.
say this.
A lot
He
better.
had Andrew Thomas the week prior on Sunday Night Football versus the awful
That's not what we're
Bengals
talking
defense.
About, Phil. We're talking about this.
And only had
but
one
he-
But you were a little
touchdown.
more.
right, though. He's
Yeah,
right.
you got to come on. You
fucking saying he's bad. How many times do you want me to
were
say
bringing
it?
up stats.
How
You were
many
saying
times
you
you
were
want-
saying Daniel Jones is this, Daniel Jones
I
is
think
that.
that he's not good, but I also think that you can say things around him also aren't good. We're not a quarterback away. I could tell you that.
No,
I
that's
think we
true.
are. Agreed.
You're an idiot.
Totally
then, Phil.
agree.
You're an idiot. Then.
That's crazy, Phil.
You think you're a quarterback
weapons.
away from what, Phil?
We're a quarterback and a healthy Andrew Thomas away from being
That's an
competitive.
idiotic saying. That. Idiotic
Okay.
saying.
No
You
way.
guys are stupid. Then.
The healthy Andrew Thomas thing, he's got me closer.
No.
Yeah, give me a healthy Andrew Thomas. Give me Matt
You're
Stafford.
telling
We
me
might
this
win
is
9
a
games.
super 9 games?
I agree with that, actually.
That's not quarterback away.
I'll agree with that.
That's not a
He was
quarterback
saying
away.
being
Quarterback
competitive.
away.
Back away.
I think when he said it, he meant more being like a competitive.
In the
like-
playoffs,
A
maybe.
playoff team, not
See,
Super Bowl team.
This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about we have so many holes to
To
fix
be
on
a
the
Super
team.
Bowl team, we're a few holes for sure.
A lot.
The
He was
defense doesn't have
generous.
that many holes.
There's some holes. The cornerbacks
Not
did
many.
not
The
play
def-
great yesterday.
It's also hard when the defense is on the field the whole game.
We have 6 guys doing this show right now. We all root for shit teams.
Shit teams.
Yeah,
Horrible
I almost feel
shit
we
teams.
got to
All
talk
of
about
us.
someone besides
Yeah,
our
let's just get
bad
out of
New
our
York
team.
team.
At least I have a quarterback.
Let's. I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you can touch on.
Yeah, May looks good. You
can
That's
That is the. It's a
Drake May
dumpster
looks
fire before
good.
that.
That's
I hate
good.
my coach.
Drake May is
Are
the
you
best
all
quarterback.
kidding aside, are you
of
happy
all
with
our
Drake May?
teams.
I love Drake May.
Okay.
The next coming of Josh Allen. It's gonna be like Matt Stafford in Detroit.
The proof is in more just
I hate
how
Gerard
much
Mayo.
better their offense is than it was with Jacoby Brissett. It's so much better.
It's sickening.
almost criminal.
They can actually throw the ball. They can move the ball.
Selfishly with the bet, I don't think it's hitting because of Gerard Mayo, but it's just disgusting now that the Dolphins game was so winnable and he didn't play.
Yeah, no, he's way better. He's much better than Brissett, even
That's
right
all
this
I have to
second.
We can touch on different winners, but a loser that stood out to me. When is panic time in San Francisco?
Now.
3-4. Okay, they don't look great. The rest of the schedule is Cowboys at Bucks, Seattle at Green Bay, Buffalo, and Chicago.
You're also not-
That is the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks.
That's
That's
also
tough.
Ayuk is out. They think he tore his
Torn
ACL.
ACL.
So
And Debo's
that's
back.
another
Panic
Debo's-
time.
So you are pulling the panic
Debo's an
lever.
asshole, by the way. Who they 20 minutes before the game they tweeted out like Debo's a little sick, but he's gonna play. Played 3 snaps. That's fucked up.
Yeah, tough.
You can't be tweeting that shit out.
Purdy was really, really bad. Purdy was awful.
It was awful.
I mean, that was the game. That was a weird game too because that was Mahomes had a Daniel Jones stat line.
Yes.
And
He leads the league in interceptions.
It's crazy.
He's awful. Patrick Mahomes is awful this
I know,
year.
yeah, he's-
They're 6-0.
They're almost a team this year where they have like this black magic voodoo where Purdy threw 3 picks inside the Kansas City 40. It's crazy. Like they were in, like if he doesn't throw those picks, they're there to potentially win the game or they're like very much in it till the very end.
So the Niners do have one reason not to panic.
They're only a game behind the Seahawks. And
That's
the
right.
Seahawks.
But there's a lot of
Yeah, the division's bad.
the division's bad. I think panic.
It's a two.
But they got
I
a
say
tough
panic
schedule
Super
coming
Bowl-wise.
up.
I think the Niners have a home playoff game when it's all said and done.
That's their team is. If they just win the division, I don't care if it's 9-8, whatever. If they just win the division, they'll be a team you don't want to see in the playoffs.
I think they're going to tread water to get to this division because Seattle obviously is playing a similar schedule. They play the same opponents.
That was a huge
Bills,
yesterday.
Bills, Rams, bye at 49ers, so 49ers could get 2 legs up on that direct. Cardinals, who are always pesky, at the Jets, at Cardinals, Packers, Vikings, at Bears, at Rams.
Tough schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, very tough.
I think the Niners win that division, get a home game, but the Niners should be very nervous though because they can't go in the playoffs like
They're
this.
not. Yeah, they're not lights out.
Brock Purdy ain't good.
And the Seahawks are weird, man. Like they'll look so bad, and then they'll show you a game like yesterday where they just like come out and just light up the Falcons at home, and you're like, maybe they can. Maybe they are like a playoff.
Yeah,
team.
the Falcons. That was
Give me that little.
Such a Falcons
Falcons loss.
Who would you have your quarterback?
Falcons.
Daniel Jones or Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy.
Oh, it's not even a thought.
Yeah, that's not.
All right. Well, you think
Brock
I was
Purdy's had a
curious.
good year besides
One
yesterday.
bad game.
That's a point for you, Marty. That's,
Brock
that's a
Purdy's
fair
a good,
take.
Brock Purdy's a good player.
I like Brock Purdy.
I think
but
Brock's also had a good season.
He had a bad game. He's a good
Very
player
bad
though.
game.
Bad game.
Who else did you have for winners and losers? I wrote down the Commanders come out a loser depending on how long Daniel's injury.
Do it
is.
winners or losers?
Well,
Which one?
I wrote down a loser. I'll give you another winner.
Ask me which one. No, I'm asking what. Stop going back and forth. We're doing winners or losers.
We can do winners now.
Winners,
Well,
Lions.
we've done pretty much all losers.
Lions are winners.
Yeah, they take
That's
back
what
the
I was gonna say,
division.
easily.
Take back the division.
I think I said it before the year. I'm saying the Lions are going to be the number 1 seed in the NFC.
I think the Lions are in the.
They're the best team in the NFC. They're going to be. I think
weak
they're going to
NFC.
make the Super Bowl.
I have 3 teams in this. I have 3 teams
I
that.
get another winner from the NFC as well. Another team that I think I probably believe in the most or more than a lot of the other. It's the Packers.
yeah.
Yeah.
LaFleur is such a good coach.
So good.
He does. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves for that. Obviously, the PMT makes the joke about the not going for it with Brady that game in the playoffs a few years ago. LaFleur is one of the best coaches in the NFL, like easily in my opinion.
That's going to be hard though because
Like
they're not
top 5.
They're not going to win that division.
They could.
Why?
I think the Lions are going to win it. Like I just said, I think the Lions are going to have number 1 seed.
I thought you were.
But no,
He
the Lions.
just said the Lions are going to be the number 1 seed. In the
I
NFC,
think
so
they are.
can't-
Yeah, I'm saying
the
they
Packers are really
could.
good.
They're what? They're 5-2 in the and the
Yeah, they're
Lions
close.
are 5-1.
Yep.
That division is 19-6.
I mean, they're the best division in football
crazy?
by
Yeah.
far.
All 4 teams
All 4
are really
teams.
good.
It would
They
be
all
really
might-
funny.
I think there's a
the
very
Bears
good chance
have
all
a good
4
season coming last still.
I know. And they can still make the playoffs.
I would say I think all 4 can make the playoffs.
They-
Definitely.
They really
I mean,
could.
look, the NFC East is eh.
I don't.
I
Yeah.
mean, the
NFC East is bad.
the NFC South could easily be like a one.
Right now, the season ended today, at this very moment, they would all be in.
The only one that'll contend, a huge one tonight for them would be
Philly.
is Bucks Falcons.
I was going to say Philly could contend, too. They're 4-2.
You know, Eagles. I still when I watch them, even though like they smashed the Giants stink. I don't know if I see it with them.
I don't see it.
I think the Cowboys are awful. Like they're better. They are much better than. I think the Cowboys are clearly to me like the number 3.
I think the Eagles still just are not good.
No. Commanders to me. I've said it for 2 weeks. Commanders are the best.
I need Jaden to
in
play
the
next
NFC
week.
East.
I need him. I need Jaden Daniels against Caleb Williams. I need that.
Yeah.
I need him
Awesome
to play.
game.
Mariota though,
He played good.
played good. The Panthers are.
So bad.
Wow.
I'd say what is it?
Anything under
Bryce
10.
Young should play next week.
1-6 against the spread. Do what I do. If it's 10 or less,
You said so 10 counted.
it was. I got it at like 8.5. But yeah, 10 would. 10's the limit. Then I get
Do you
it.
agree Bryce Young should play now?
Sure.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
But like,
Why not?
Like
He
they're
was
just
awful.
They're so bad. Like he's.
Yeah, but
You might as well go bad with a young guy.
Yes,
Danny
I
Dalton's
mean-
not even coming close.
Oh, Andy Dalton,
mean,
interception.
Horrible.
The first interception of that game was so ridiculous.
really
One
bad.
of the worst throws I've ever
It
seen.
was crazy.
I could have intercepted that.
He threw it right to the guy.
I mean, then Bryce Young. They have like the second strings on defense. He can't even get a first down.
Terrible.
Let me
Bryce
tell you
Young is
though,
atrocious.
there's a lot of bad football teams right now. Ton.
The NFL product right now is not great.
This week was an awful slate. I don't care what. There was a bad football week.
Yeah.
Gambling. If I didn't
Also
gamble-
another one is
One.
if public 2 weeks in a row like smashing.
Yes.
Sure did.
Public smashed again.
What's crazy is there was
Did it again. I
5.
try to warn you, boys.
There was 5 1-score games.
Yeah, and it wasn't like.
Well, one of them was Rams Vegas, which is like not entertaining. You got the,
Dolphins was the.
I-
you got the
should've been-
Bengals against the Browns, which is not entertaining. Colts Dolphins, which is not entertaining.
gross game.
No, not entertaining, Rico. I even tweeted out. Anyone that watched it should have got paid.
Yeah.
It was one of the worst football games I've ever watched. That there has to be a better quarterback than fucking
Snoop Huntley.
Snoop Huntley and what was
Tim Boyle came in.
There has to be somebody better than those two guys. Snoop Huntley's not a quarterback. He's just not.
Pro Bowler.
You know who we need to give a call?
Why couldn't Tannehill come in to just do that?
You want to know who we need to give a call?
Oh,
Swag Kelly being in the CFL.
yeah.
If you're telling me, and this is like, I'm not even being tongue in cheek. If you're telling me Swag Kelly couldn't do better than these bums, you're crazy. You're crazy. He can't be worse.
Dude, even
These guys are fucking awful.
Who's the Commander's third string from the Notre Dame last week?
Sam Hartman.
Let him go there. Give him a chance. Someone.
Sam Hartman's bad.
Stu Huntley's bad.
No, he's bad. Like, listen, we're talking about a lot of bad right now.
It's just I don't get.
If we want to have a bad off, we can have a
It
bad
was
off.
bad. Like,
It
dude,
was bad.
okay. Look how bad everything. Patriots, bad. Jaguars, bad. Titans, bad.
Oh, awful.
Giants, bad.
Awful.
Colts and Dolphins, bad.
Browns, bad. Colts, Dolphins, bad. Panthers, bad. Raiders and Rams, bad. Jets, bad. And then Chargers, Cardinals are like
Chargers are competent. Cardinals
are
And even the top
Cardinals
of the
at
league.
least just have Murray. They at least have a guy you can like
It's
walk.
going to
those
sound
teams-
crazy. The Chiefs are undefeated. The Chiefs
are horrible.
They aren't playing great.
Horrible right
The
now.
49ers are supposed to be at the top of the league. They're bad. Like, everybody's bad.
The Chiefs' defense is elite.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, though, Rico. The Patrick Mahomes is, first of all, this is how stupid things are. He's still leading an MVP. He's playing awful.
Yes.
It's more interceptions than touchdowns.
Also, with the Steelers, by the way,
Crazy.
the Steelers yesterday, I took the screenshot. It was at 9-17, so it was like when it was 7-6, I think the score was, right?
Sure.
1 point?
I was watching the Mets.
It was
most of
15-6
It was 15.
Jets
At one point, it was 15-6 Jets.
at the end of 37-15.
At that point, Boswell had 64 points. The Steelers combined had 66. That's how the many field goals this fucking team scored, and they're 5-2. That's what I want to say. He is the best coach of all time.
Tomlin?
I don't even care.
He's a great coach.
Tomlin's an awesome coach.
Unbelievable.
He's so good.
The talent he gets, no matter what talent he has on that team, he will always win.
They're competitive every year.
They're
Every year.
always 5-2. Always. They always start off hot, lose some games. Oh, the Steelers are no good. 5-2 again. They'll lose a couple of it again, and you're like, uh-oh, and then he just wins again. He's incredible.
You've seen the
fans
rest of
hate
the
him,
Chiefs'
too.
schedule? There's no real, like, 3-week run, 4-week run where it's, like, really, really hard. I guess you could
Played a
say
lot of the tough games.
at Raiders.
They beat the Ravens.
This
They
one's,
beat,
I guess, a tough 3-game stretch in November. I could see them losing, like, 2 out of 3 here, and then you hit the panic button. Versus the Bucks. At Raiders, versus the Bucks, versus the Broncos, at the Bills. That's a 3-game run where, like,
Broncos
you could lose.
stink.
Broncos are, like, pesky.
Hey, you got to
No,
give
I'm
fucking
telling you,
credit to
Rookie
them.
quarterback against that defense.
At
They-
Panthers,
they always
Raiders,
lose one of
Chargers,
those games.
Browns, Texans, Steelers, Broncos. Like, they don't have a tough
No,
schedule.
they'll lose.
They're
Listen,
going to lose
they're-
2 games.
They're going to
They're
lose.
going to go 14-3.
They're going to lose one of those games they shouldn't. They always do it.
Yeah.
They're always like a 10-point favorite to the Raiders and drop one, but it's just the regular. It's just
Like,
NFL.
they
That's
beat-
how it
That's
goes.
not a tough schedule the rest of the way.
They beat all the good teams they played already.
And they're
Yeah.
not playing.
That's where,
hard.
like the Ravens is
Yeah,
a
it's crazy.
hard win. The Bengals at that point was a hard win, and then the 49ers. But they still have the Bills and the
Falcons.
Texans.
Not a bad win at all.
They still have the Bills and the Texans.
Bills and the Texans.
And
That's
the
about
Steelers.
it. Yeah.
So there's a take that popped up on one of my group chats that I want to talk to you guys about.
Sure.
Let's say you're a team that wants to blow it up. You want a fresh quarterback. Are you drafting a quarterback in this year's draft class, or would you rather pay Sam Darnold on a bridge contract?
Sam Donald.
Shador.
Yeah, the quarterback class is weird. This year.
Not
It's going to
great.
be weird.
I don't want Quinn Ewers. I don't want Jalen Milroe. I want nothing to do with
Why?
these guys. Jalen Milroe stinks.
No, well,
not
Milroe
playing
shouldn't
great.
even be in the conversation.
What do you mean though? He is in the conversation. You know that.
I don't think he's going to be I don't think he ends up being a top 4 or 5 quarterback off the board.
So why not?
having him
not
late.
Why not
pick,
Deion's
like,
kid then?
No,
Deion's kid.
I think he's
Shador.
been the most consistent.
I actually like him, but I'm
Cam
saying,
Ward too. Cam Ward, Miami's quarterback, is going to go high.
Good.
All right.
I just don't trust. I don't trust this. Like last class was you knew.
You're seeing it. They're
Like,
honestly
just
all playing
really
well.
good. Bo Nix is.
Yeah, Nix. He
is
was playing. He
playing
was
really,
the 6th quarterback.
He's
taken.
4-3 with the Broncos. Like
He's
that's
played well.
incredible. He's played good.
well. I'll give him credit because I said he'd be bad. He's played
These
well.
guys, like college football this year, is not really that dominant. I'll be honest.
Well, that I want to go to college a little bit. This is the timing of the playoff expansion is like perfect. There is like how Marty's joked about like how it's always the same teams.
Yeah.
Like you cannot deliberately be like that team is the best team.
No.
there's no.
We
there's no best
we
team.
talk about necessary evidence. I think for the first time in a while, I think I could sit here and make an argument for you that like legitimately like 8 teams. I won't like just be like they cannot win the championship.
Yeah.
I think you would make an argument for Texas, Georgia, crazy. Even still, like Bam, I think even have 2 losses.
Oregon.
Tennessee, Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, even LSU. I think you could sneak in there. I think Nussmeier is really good the way he's playing.
What's crazy is nobody out of the Big 12.
No, Big 12 team is not winning the championship. No, like 0.0% chance. But they're going to be a fun team though. Like they'll be a
State,
team,
Iowa State.
Penn State.
and K-State's. Yeah.
Would you put Miami as a team who could win the championship?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Miami and Clemson I would both put. And honestly,
I think there's some value right now in Clemson.
they're 100%. No, Clemson's
sneakily under the radar,
since
dude.
they got smoked
Sneaky.
in that second half against Georgia. They have been.
They played Georgia tight for a half. They just got smacked in the second half.
Saying since
they
then,
smacked people.
They have been rolling teams. Every single team they played.
They play
smashed them.
Miami?
Until they play Pitt, but yeah.
That's gonna be a 2-touchdown spread. Lay the points.
We'll see.
Clemmer picks.
We will see.
I don't have any
We'll
picks
see.
today.
No picks today? You're desperate?
I have no picks today. I'm taking a kind of a little bit of mourning. Yesterday was my football team and baseball team both died the same day, so I'm just taking a day off.
Clemson goes Louisville, at VTech, at Pitt, Citadel, South Carolina.
Yeah, they ain't gonna lose till the conference championship game.
Right.
I'm gonna try to read a book tonight or something.
I'm on a parlay with Jerry. It's house call. It is Trey McBride and Lamar Jackson both to score a touchdown. That's what I'm on. We've been hot this week, too. Ed, what do you want?
Yeah, Jerry won 40K.
Yeah, I didn't win 40K.
You know, I mean,
but let's
this
give out
guy's putting
touchdown scorers.
$1,000 on a parlay. I need to. Wow. I would love to. I would literally do anything if I could put $1,000 on a parlay. I would love it.
Yeah, I like the Bucks. I think they keep it close tonight. I like both overs. I think we get points tonight. So I'm on Bucks plus Bucks in the over, and I'm actually gonna take the Cardinals. It's kind of like a weird line. It keeps coming down. I think everyone's on the Chargers. I'll take the Cardinals at home and the over in that game as well.
Cardinals are my best play. I love the Cardinals tonight. Not even this is not a Justin Herbert thing. I just think that +1 at home. I think the Cardinals are. Is Marv playing?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah.
That's huge. So I think that was without me even knowing. I've gone with the Cardinals. I love them there. And I'm going the Bucks +4 as well. I think the Ravens win, but I think they cover with the
Give me
Drews, anything
Ravens
tonight?
-4, NFC Lamar.
No, I'm kind of mourning too.
All right.
I'm like kind of coming into wraps with like what a shit franchise.
Could I
is.
cheer you up?
College basketball's 2 weeks
2 weeks away.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it.
NBA starts tomorrow.
I was just looking
Crazy.
at
Tomorrow?
yeah.
yeah.
What's tomorrow?
Celtics Knicks
NBA.
game 1. Me
Are
and
the Knicks?
me and Dana are doing a watch party.
Tomorrow?
Amsterdam.
Yeah, it starts
Tomorrow.
tomorrow, Clemens.
Where?
Memory Motel.
All right, I'll be there.
Where's the game?
Boston. It's
Boston.
the banner ceremony.
Yeah, we got to think about poor suffering Clemmer and his 3-month title drought.
Yeah, at least we could come together on that. It's fully basketball season. I might boycott.
You care
Patriots.
way more about the Jets and the Mets.
Oh, way more.
So that's where it's
Or
like.
you mean Jets and Celtics, you're saying?
No,
Jets and the
Jets.
Mets.
for me, it's like Mets. Mets are always, baseball's my number one by far, always. The Jets, just because I've never seen them make a Super Bowl. Once they kind of, if they ever win in my lifetime, then they would drop. But then the Celtics, because I've seen, I was in the building when they won one, so it's like hard for me to like I've been blessed that way. But baseball's my number one sport. You guys know that. I just love baseball so much.
Yeah, and then you hate the Bruins because they, like the Celtics, whatever it was.
Well, they own the building, and they would always squeeze the Celtics out of Saturday games. But I don't hate the Bruins anymore. I don't. It's fine.
That was young Clemmer.
Young Clemmer, angry Clemmer, yeah.
Anything tonight, Dukes?
Young Clemmer, angry Clemmer.
Yeah, not angry anymore.
Anything tonight?
Now I'm just sad, Clemmer.
Nah,
All right.
nah. I'm gonna start pressing the music.
That's great. That's a great segue. It's a great segue.
Ready for college basketball season. Let's go, boys.
Texas A&M
Let's
to win
go,
the
Duke.
SEC.
Texas A&M to win the
Duke is
SEC.
right, baby.
Plus 1,800.
Okay. That's Big Central Yaks up next.